Jake and Marcus were the same age, both 41. Both made $62,000 a year. Both had $9,000 in savings. Over 3 years, they approached money differently. Jake put $8,000 into crypto. Marcus put $8,000 into index funds and his 401k. By the end, Jake had $4,100. Marcus had $14,800. The difference wasn't intelligence, it was their relationship with time. Both started with frustration. At their current savings rate, a house down payment felt 20 years away. Normal financial progress felt too slow. Jake decided to accelerate. Marcus decided to stay consistent. Jake opened a Coinbase account, put in $500. Within a week, it was $580, 16% in 7 days. Marcus opened a Vanguard account, put in $500. After a week, it was $503, 0.6%. Jake felt vindicated. Marcus felt bored. Over 3 months, Jake's portfolio swung constantly. $1,200, $1,700, $1,300, $1,900. The volatility felt like progress. Marcus's account grew slowly. $1,200, $1,240, $1,280, $1,310. Steady, predictable, boring. Jake added another $2,000, saw a prediction, 5 times potential. His portfolio hit $5,400. He'd invested $3,000, up $2,400, 80% in 6 months. Jake felt like he was winning. Marcus added $2,000 to his 401k, got employer match, $1,000. His account hit $3,800. He'd invested $3,000, up $800, 26% in 6 months. Marcus felt like he was doing fine. Then the market crashed. Jake's $5,400 dropped to $3,200 overnight. $2,200 gone. He panicked. Marcus's account dropped to $3,500. $300 gone. He did nothing. Jake watched a video. Why this dip is actually bullish. Added $1,500 to average down. His portfolio climbed back to $4,700. Relief. Marcus kept his automatic $200 monthly contribution. Didn't add extra, didn't panic sell. His account slowly recovered to $3,700. Over a year, Jake's account swung wildly. Peak, $7,800. Low, $4,100. He never sold at the highs, always waiting for bigger. Marcus's account grew steadily, from $3,700 to $6,200. Employer match adding $1,200. Boring consistency. Jake started using leverage, 2 times. His $6,000 position became $12,000 exposure. The market climbed. His portfolio hit $10,400, then $12,100. On paper, he doubled his money. Marcus kept contributing $200 monthly, plus employer match. His account hit $7,800. Slow, steady, unexciting. Then the leveraged position crashed. $12,100 went to $9,300, then $7,200, then $5,100. Jake closed at $4,800. $7,300 vanished from his peak. He'd invested $5,500. He was down $700. Marcus's account dropped to $7,200. He didn't panic, kept his $200 monthly contribution. Jake added another $2,500. Couldn't accept the losses. Total invested, $8,000. Portfolio, $7,300. Marcus kept his routine, $200 monthly, plus employer match. Total invested, $6,400. Account, $8,600. Marcus was now ahead, but Jake still felt like his path was smarter, because volatility felt like potential. 2 years in, Jake had experienced massive swings, peaks that felt life-changing, crashes that felt devastating, constant emotional intensity. Marcus had experienced almost nothing, slow growth, employer match adding up, consistent boredom. But his foundation was stronger. Jake's friends started talking about buying homes, down payments, mortgages. Jake stayed quiet. He had $7,300 and $1,200 in credit card debt from averaging down. Marcus had $10,200 in his 401k, plus $4,800 in a separate down payment fund he'd started. Slowly, boringly, consistently. Jake tried one more time. Put his $7,300 into a new coin. 10 times potential. It climbed to $9,100, then crashed to $4,100. He sold. 3 years, $8,000 invested. Final value, $4,100. Net, minus $3,900. Marcus kept his boring routine. 3 years, $8,000 invested. $6,400 personal, plus $1,600 employer match. Final value, $14,800. Net, plus $6,800. The difference wasn't intelligence. Jake wasn't stupid. Marcus wasn't a genius. The difference was their relationship with time. Jake needed his life to change faster. Marcus accepted that it would change slowly. Over 3 years, that difference created 2 completely different financial realities. Jake experienced peaks that felt like freedom was days away, and crashes that felt like starting over. Constant hope, constant disappointment. Marcus experienced almost no peaks, and almost no crashes. Just slow accumulation. One built moments of possibility, the other built a foundation. By year 3, Jake was still checking charts every morning. Not because he was making money, because the possibility that one trade could change everything felt too important to ignore. Marcus checked his account once a quarter, not because he didn't care, because the outcome didn't depend on daily attention. Jake still believed crypto could work, just needed the right trade, the right timing, the right coin. Marcus didn't believe in his strategy emotionally. He just kept doing it, because belief wasn't required for compounding. 3 years later, Jake had $4,100. Marcus had $14,800, plus $6,200 in a down payment fund, plus a stronger emergency cushion, plus employer relationships that increased his match. Jake had volatility stories. Marcus had optionality. If Jake had followed Marcus's path, he'd have roughly $24,000. If Marcus had followed Jake's path, he'd have roughly $4,100. The market didn't decide their outcomes. Their tolerance for slowness did. Jake never regretted trying. He regretted that it didn't work. Marcus never felt like a winner. He just felt stable. And over time, stability started feeling more valuable than excitement. The market kept moving. New coins, new predictions. Jake still checked. Not because he had money left to invest. Because the feeling that his life could change suddenly was the only thing that made normal financial progress tolerable. Marcus kept his $200 monthly contribution, not because it was exciting, because over time, boring compounds. 3 years passed. Jake chased acceleration. Marcus built stability. The market gave Jake moments of hope. Marcus built a life. They started the same. They ended differently. Not because one was smarter, because one could tolerate slowness, and the other couldn't.